Hi. Hi, and welcome to Tammy's Tiny Tots Reborns. Well, we're out for a little walk in a tiny little town called Port Stanley. And if you can see right over there, that's the water in the, it's like a canal, I guess, or
yeah, it's a boat launch.
There's all the big boats and ships and stuff come in. And this is the inn on the harbor. It's a little tiny inn you can stay in.
They're building a house there.
So this little, oops, stepped in a puddle. Good job. Little tiny town. We got a little store over there. Little fudge shop. That little building's a fudge shop. So we're just out taking a little walk. It's spitting a little tiny bit out here, but not too bad. Holly wanted to go for a walk. It's actually fairly warm.
That house is for sale.
Yeah, it's like a bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Little bed and breakfast for sale. Buy that. Yeah. So, small little tiny town. Not much to it.
Yeah, pretty small.
Remax. They're selling houses. Hold on here. There we go. Now it's unpaused. Little tiny pet store. Port's Pets.
They're open too.
Yeah. Snowbank. Plow through it, Holly. Plow through it.
Need like a shovel.
Little men's and women's clothing store there. And another little clothing store there.
$5.
$5 to park in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Amazing. A lot of little tiny clothing stores in this town. So we don't live here. It's just about a half an hour drive from our house?
45 minutes.
45 minutes. There's hair on the harbor. Because we're right on Lake Erie, right?
Yep.
Yeah. This little town's right on the edge of Lake Erie. And I'll show you the neat sign thing they got over here.
Yeah, big fish.
Big fish.
Yeah.
The big fish.
That's the one I caught.
Big, giant
I
fish.
caught that one.
Yeah.
I did. It's my fish.
And Century 21, the fire station. It's the fire station over there. They've got a painting of fire truck and everything. Pretty cool. And new computer chair. Coffee shop is closed.
When we leave, we'll come by and grab that.
Another little store. Little ice cream parlor, the Harbor Merchant. No, sorry, Harbor Merchant's just a merchant. This is the ice cream parlor here. Broderick's Ice Cream Parlor.
Yeah, we're basically open all summer. Like it closes.
James Street Home Decor. And this town has the tiniest.
Still awesome.
That's what they all say. Close but still awesome. And here's the tiniest, and I mean tiniest, home hardware. There's the back of the building. There's the front of the building. It's the tiniest home hardware I have ever seen.
It's like a steel box.
It's only got 4 aisles in the whole store. Very, very tiny little store. Very, very small. But it's a home hardware building place. Whoa. It's the theater. It's where the plays happen. Yeah. Drama, comedy. Alright. Had to stop and zip up my jacket. I was a little chilly. It's warmer today than, well, it's been warmer the last few days. There's Port Stanley Festival Theater. We're gonna go across a bridge that lifts up so that boats can go underneath it, like sailboats and stuff like that, because if they have a tall mast, they can't get through the bridge to go from Lake Erie into where the marina is. So this is a little tiny park right here, just a little harbor park, I guess. You know, we've seen a guy that did fire shows down here and stuff during the summer. It's pretty cool. Here's the bridge. So when these lights are red, the bridge, the barrier falls down, and then the bridge will open up and let boats through. But right now, no sailboats would be traveling on this waterway right now because it's very, very frozen. As you can see, all the big giant chunks of ice in the harbor area. Yeah, it's shaking like crazy.
Yeah, a lot more than usual.
So this bridge, when we hit the center of it, you'll see where the center, where it breaks apart. One side lifts up to one direction, the other side lifts up to the other direction, which is pretty cool. And here's the gap in the middle between and the water below. And there's the road part. So when a boat's coming through, whoa, that really made me move. It lifts and separates. Okay, I'm getting off the crack. I'm a little nervous. And there's a little train here that you can take a train ride on.
You probably wouldn't survive
Mother's Day. No. On Mother's Day, they have a train ride from here to St. Thomas and back for a Mother's Day like brunch on a train. It's pretty cool. I wanted to go to that. Last year we didn't, but I'm hoping maybe this year I might get to on Mother's Day. And also the train rides, they also have a few of the cars that are parked way in the far lot over there that are done up like Thomas the Tank Engine characters.
Yeah, we're gonna do
and I'd love to take one of the babies on the Thomas the Tank.
Yes.
So we're gonna go West Harbor Walkway to the main beach area. This is where it goes. But I'd love to go on the train, take one of the babies and go on the Thomas the Tank train one day. It's just a short little ride from Port Stanley to St. Thomas and back to Port Stanley. So that's kind of fun.
Actually have a bigger rail on here.
Yeah, they should have a rail. There's no railing.
You could trip on those, eh?
Trip and fall in, yeah. So here's all the harbor and the visitor center. And they just redid all this area right here this last year.
Like a kid running and hitting one of these things? And like,
trip and fall, yeah.
Oh shit,
but in the summertime, usually there's boats parked right here. So
actually, no, it's a car scraper.
Usually there's...
Window scraper.
Oh, really? On the ice?
Drove the car in there, I guess.
Actually, we did see John and I were down here walking, taking the dog for a walk, and right up by the silver boat, the last boat there, a lady drove her car full speed right off the edge of the pier and into the water. And John and I were just parked in a parking lot behind this building, at the back of this building, and we heard the splash and heard the commotion, but didn't see her actually do it. And
we were running with a cell phone lights trying to find
so
the car.
we were all of a sudden we're sitting, had just gotten back in the car from taking Chucky for a walk, and as we're sitting there, the fire trucks and cop cars and all start like parking all around our car. We thought we had done something wrong or something, and it turned out that they were there to try to a gentleman had been walking closer to the pier and he saw her go off, so he called 911 immediately, and they came out, and we were holding our cell phone lights on the water for the divers to try and find the car. And unfortunately, the lady did not make it. They found her car, put a floaty ball on the top of the car, and that was all they could do that night. They had to wait until the next day. And the water was still very frigid, so they figure she died very quickly in her vehicle.
It was last January that happened.
Yeah, it was in January last year. So it was really sad, and we were down here for about 3-4 hours with the police and the fire and trying to help as much as we possibly could.
I
So,
couldn't see the car at night.
but here you go. Here's a little bit more of the water. And a nice little stroll through Port Stanley. And in the summertime, we'll come down and check out the beach area for sure. Well, I'm going to sign off from here. And everyone, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed a little tour of Port Stanley on Lake Erie. And have a great day. Smile, everyone. Share a smile with a friend. Bye-bye.